is Bennett. I make buttons. I make them in Newburgh, New York. That's 60 miles up. I drive all the way down here with my buttons to rallies like this because it's a cause that I very, very strongly believe in. And the problem that I'm seeing is that these rallies, although they're extremely well attended, don't get the reach that they should. People come here and carry signs, and carrying signs and chanting is wonderful, but they're only going to carry a sign at the rally. They're not going to bring a sign to the dinner table when they visit Uncle Harry. They're not going to carry a sign when they're in the supermarket. But a button you could wear everywhere. And if all of these people, if each one of them wore a button at all of the rallies I've been to, it would create a tremendous amount of visibility, and the buttons start conversations. So I have different types of buttons depending on people's willingness to engage in confrontation. For example, a button like this is just an art button. It's Palestinian art. A button like this, a fist, is going to be more for people who are willing to engage with people who might come up to them and say, "What the hell you wearing? What are you, a terrorist?" So I'm willing to wear any of these buttons. I'll wear the most assertive or the most passive. Well, by far my favorite button is this one, by far. I didn't design this one, I wish I did. A lot of these buttons I get from going to PalestinianArtPosters.com, and they have many art posters. This is a button that to me is worth 20 million words because it's one guy outnumbered, but look at the difference. He has roots. You see his legs are roots. You see any roots on the plane? Do you see any roots on the tank? They're going to disappear. He's not going to disappear. And that statement, to say all that, to be able to say all that with just a single image, to me is a powerful use of art. And that's my favorite. I started making anti-Vietnam War buttons in the late 60s when I was a college student. And I would display them back then the same way, with sayings like, "Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today?" That type of thing. Stop the war. Really, there's hardly any words to say about Gaza. But I will say this, though. I happen to be Jewish myself by birth. One of the things that upsets me about the handling of the Gaza situation. The Gaza situation is horrific, but what's almost as horrific on a different level is the way the American media is propagandizing people. And one of the things that upsets me most is this nonsense about a radical increase in anti-Semitism. If there's a radical increase in anti-Semitism, it is not because of people shouting from the river to the sea. It is not because of people demanding human rights. That is not going to create it. What will create anti-Semitism is Zionism itself.